the biggest theme that I see over and over and over again, especially in coaches starting off in their business or starting to really get serious about meeting potential clients, starting to offer more discovery calls, starting to get more bold and getting themselves out there, getting going, getting rolling. This one thing starts to show up. And I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to show you how to shift it. Because this is the difference, again, between people going, you know what, I can trust you to be my coach. I'm willing to give you money. I'm willing to defer to you. I'm willing to be vulnerable to you. I'm willing to lay my cards out on the table and actually want to work with you. It's a difference between that kind of relationship and this, okay, yeah, sounds good. Let me think about it. And if you're tired of hearing that, we're going to tackle that right now. The dynamic that I see is over validation, over agreement. In an extreme example, it means every time the potential client says something to you, you would agree with it and even insert yourself into it. Oh, yeah, me too. I do that too. Oh, yes, I'm also there. I 100% get that. Yep, I understand that. I do it. I do that too. And so, in an extreme case, what happens is now you're showing that person, I am in this pit with you. It's dark down here. It does suck. I know exactly what it feels like to be down here. It sucks. Man, hopefully someone can get us out of here. It's not going to be me. Not going to be me. But maybe you can get out of here. Maybe you have the answers within. And that's when they don't end up hiring you. But I also see different gradations of this along a spectrum. We can have different levels of validation. And this comes because the coaching framework is about empowering our clients, right? It's about telling them that, hey, I'm not going to just tell you what to do. It's about helping you step into full alignment with who you are, what you value most, what matters most to you, what you care about most. How do you live according to that? And so the error that I see is coaches take that coaching framework, that coaching approach, and they inappropriately map it across before the person has agreed to enter into that framework with you. Meaning, when they're talking to a potential client and just getting to know them before they're in a discovery call, they're already starting to take on what I call like a deferential attitude. Well, I'm going to ask a lot of questions. I'm going to keep asking questions. I'm going to try to get somewhere deep with them. And then they'll see for themselves where they want to go. And then I'll invite them on another call. And then as they do that, because I want to show empathy, I then validate and agree and 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 da 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 da. And the person has essentially looked in a mirror for 30 minutes and gone, all right, well, I don't need you. They might be kind and nice and book that second call or go through, if it's on the same call, to hear your offer, but they're not going to hire you because they haven't felt leadership from you. They haven't experienced new insight, new truth. They haven't experienced you stepping up and saying, you know what, here's what I see that you don't. Here's the pattern that I'm picking up. Here's your blind spot. They don't see you challenging that person, challenging their perspective. Instead, you're overly validating their perspective. And so because they don't see you as the leader in the dynamic, it actually feels unsafe for them to open up and spill the beans with you and to really share the depth of what's really going on and to that tight grip around the steering wheel. I'm not gonna let go of this. Not to you. Not to you. To be open for coaching. And so inappropriately taking the coaching framework and mapping it across, especially early on in the sales process where you're just getting to know someone for the first time. You're first diving into their world. That's where the problem lies. So the key to shift this is to explore with curiosity, but to also sprinkle in challenges to that person, to also sprinkle in insights for that person. Meaning, when you hear something and you're hearing them share it, instead of always by default going, yeah, I resonate with that, I understand that, really listening on a deeper level and going, something feels incongruent there. Something, I don't think there's got to be something more to it than that. What about this? What about that? Okay, I think, yeah, you're getting somewhere with this, but let's keep going. Zoom in more with me here and tell me more about how this is playing out for you. And what you're listening for is whether or not your intuition is really starting to get deep enough into the truth with them to then go, yeah, okay, I see it now. And so you're challenging them to be real with you throughout. You're not letting them get away with superficial stuff. You're not just taking them deeper, though. It's the way that you speak to them. It's your tonality. Because if you're up here, all right, how's it going? Tell me about that. Yeah, that's great. And what else is going on in your life? Okay. And you're blinking a lot. And your eyebrows are like plastered up here while you're talking. And your voice is curving way up here. Okay, yeah. And how's that going? And you're laughing at all their jokes. What starts to happen pretty quickly is, well, it seems like my frame of reality is dominant here, not yours. So you're going to lead me somewhere new? No, I'm good. And that's why when you get to the offer, you hear, yeah, it's good. Let me think about it. Sure. Yeah, that sounds great. I'm really busy right now. I got a lot going on. You start to hear these objections that, by the way, are not actually it. They just got to throw something at you because they don't want to be an asshole and say, I just don't trust you. I don't trust you're the person for me. It takes a very blunt person to say that. And most people are not going to say that, especially if they don't really know you yet. So you're not going to hear the truth back for them. And if the entire dynamic, you're not getting the truth from that person, you're also not able to share your truth with them. You're not able to give them that insight that reorchestrates their entire perception around the problem and what's happening. You're not able to give them that shift in clarity, that lightning bolt, that boom, whoa, holy shit. Whoa, yes, I want to meet with you again. Yes, I want to explore this. Yes, there's no energy there. There's no pop of value. And so they don't follow you. You need to demonstrate radical empathy, curiosity, not being that person that pretends to know all the answers, but at the same time to not go so far the other direction that you overly index on them. You overly validate them. You overly make sure that what you're saying they like, they resonate with, they understand. If you make them the dominant point of orientation and you lose your own stance, your own grounding, your own remembering, hey, I'm here too. I see things here too, and I'm going to speak on it. If you lose that, you lose all of your value. You lose all of your leadership, and they will never hire you. So watch the film. Go back and watch the conversation and watch all the subtle ways through what you say, how you say it, your tonality, your body language, your focus, what happens with your eyes throughout the conversation. Watch how you overly validate that person and then immediately challenge yourself to stop doing that. And what you will find, what happens in your discovery calls, in the conversations, when people are asking you about what you do and you're getting to know them, the likelihood of them progressing to hear an offer from you, the likelihood of them saying, yeah, I want to work with you is now substantially higher